Previously on Nick Izumi. Izumi.
Arrow!
Crab damn, you really shot me! They say if power corrupts, then absolute power corrupts absolutely. I think fandom is the most extreme power you can give anyone, and you must only look to George Lucas in the last decade to see examples of this. George Lucas has big goals with this show. He's not just trying to make more money this time. He's actually created a Star Wars universe where the only thing more wooden than Anakin's acting is Obi-Wan's beard. As you can tell from these rejected video game cutscenes, we're talking about Star Wars: The Clone Wars, not to be confused with Star Wars: Clone Wars, which was the Genndy Tartakovsky cartoon that was really frickin' awesome. This cartoon takes place both after and before the Tartakovsky ones, if that makes any sense. The story of The Clone Wars is told through a feature film and a TV series currently running on Cartoon Network. And yes, you heard right. You have to go to a theater and pay $8 to watch a TV pilot. And that's the least of my problems with this series. To no one's great surprise, we pick up following the Republic's soulless clone army as they fight against the equally disposable droid army of the Separatists. As Obi-Wan and Anakin continue their fight, Yoda, who looks more like a puppet than he ever did during the old movies, decides that the chocolate-haired Anakin needs an apprentice, and she comes in the form of the jailbait Jedi, Ahsoka. Ahsoka has some disciplinary issues, but surely she'll be less of a loose cannon under the tutelage of another loose cannon. Crap, damn it. As you can imagine, the Jedi have new adventures every week, which will have little to no bearing on the events that follow in Episode 3. Makes you wonder why they even bothered in light of
Izumi! I heard you making fun of my show, and I...
Are you an asthmatic robot?
Silence, fool, and witness my Jedi powers.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Stop that. Are you done?
I need to see my chiropractor.
That's not gonna help your cough. You know what? You better go see him. Boy, I really hope he doesn't come back. Grievous is just one example of poor character development, as he is stuck into this prequel to a prequel as if he's always been there to make up for his lack of a proper introduction. The big problem with making a prequel to a prequel is that there's not much pathos for the lead characters, except for the new ones who they stuck in. And admittedly, I like watching Ahsoka, because I like trying to guess how they're going to kill her off. Speaking of death, who is this show made for? Sometimes you have episodes of C-3PO and Jar Jar wandering around goofing off. The next thing I know, Grievous is cutting clones' heads off. Not to mention the fact that Anakin is the lead character. And don't tell me it's okay because he hasn't become Darth Vader yet. The fact is, we still know what he's going to become. It'd be like making a children's cartoon about a German painter who has his ups and downs, But he's not that bad a guy. We'll just cut it off before he becomes Hitler! It's been hard for me to find stuff to like in this show. The dialogue is stilted, and the characters have all become poorly CG'd, the only exception being the droids and the clones, who have always been poorly CG'd. Why, George? I mean, don't you have enough money?
Too hard on George Lucas, are you?
I don't know, Yoda. This whole Clone Wars thing.
About it, tell me. In it you were not.
Maybe I'm spoiled from being brought up on Crimson Empire and Dark Forces, but I can't help but think maybe Star Wars has stopped being my thing. At least, George, let me ask you this one thing. Maybe you could stop making Star Wars sequels, or if you feel the need to make another sequel, you could make Howard the Duck too. That way, when it was terrible, none of us would be surprised. Till next time, keep on spocking in the free world. By the way, Yoda, did you pass an asthmatic robot on the way in here?